All right, guys, Gator Pit Rich Robin here. I'm gonna show y'all what's going on today in Gator Pit. I put a post on my Gator Pit fan page. If you're not a member of that fan page, go to Facebook, Gator Pit fan page. You'll find us and register to be on there. If you want to follow us on social media, being on Facebook on my Gator Pit fan page. It's for anybody who is a fan of Gator Pit, whether you have a custom cooker or a Gator Pit product or not. Again, it's a Gator Pit fan page. Whether you have a Gator Pit barbecue product or not, you are welcome to join that site. So go check it out on Facebook. But I want to show you, I made a post on there earlier, and I don't want to sound like I was being frustrated or pissed off. I'm not. I'm just trying to give or enlighten folks who order a Gator Pit kind of what we do around here just to fill our customers' orders and the hurdles that we jump through and the rings that we jump through to keep production going no matter what is thrown at us, from COVID to ice storms to you name it, man. Guys, we're always going to be here. We've been here almost 30 years. We're always going to be here. We got 150 plus custom orders on the books right now. We've never not filled an order in my life in almost 30 years in business. All right. Biggest complaint people say about Gator Pit is how long it takes to get one. And yes, that suggested lead time when the time you order may actually end up being longer than what we had expected at the time you ordered. And I explained in that post on my Gator Pit fan page as to what factors can cause that. And it's stuff that we don't control. You know, ice storms, hurricanes, COVID, government shutdowns, employee issues that due to COVID. Guys, we've experienced all that this past 18 months. Since March 2020, we've gone through a lot of BS, man. And not, I don't mean BS as in taking it light or general. I mean just a lot of abnormal stuff that just you don't expect, man. I mean, who expected COVID and be shut down and employees getting sick? And guys, we even had an employee, I hate to say it, man, it's gonna bring a tear to my eye because he's been with me almost 20 years. He actually died of COVID, guys. One of my employees of almost 20 years. Recently, 2 weeks ago. All right? These are tragic events that we're experiencing right now with what's going on in this country and around the world, for that matter. You know, shortage in supplies, trailer parts. Dexter, I believe, was shut down for almost 6 months due to the employees having COVID running, you know, through their facilities. They got shut down completely for 6 months. You can't make that trailer parts distribution or that production back up. It's 6 months of lost trailer parts, man. They can't make that back up. No overtime in the world will do that. No hiring 500 more employees is going to make up for that. It just doesn't happen. You can't make time up. So those are things that us as a small business, and all small business for that matter, are experiencing since March 2020. Ships aren't importing in the U.S. like they normally do, right? I know there's steel suppliers or steel manufacturers with ships that are in ports overseas sitting there because they're not full, and those ships will not sail with partially full or quarter full. They'll sit there until that ship is full, and that ship normally say would sail every 2-3 weeks or every 6 weeks or every 12 weeks is sitting there for months waiting to get full before it comes back over here with materials or supplies. And that's all kinds of stuff on those ships, not just steel. It's all kinds of merchandise on those ships. Those are things that we have as small businesses have no control over, all right? But we deal with it and we do everything we can. I have stockpiled tens of thousands of dollars in pipe with my suppliers. I have enough pipe on order, actually paid for, stockpiled at my supplier that will fill all my orders for at least a year, people. That's what I've done as Gator Pit, as the owner of Gator Pit, to ensure that we continue to fill orders, even should we become experiencing a shortage of pipe. I've got that pipe that's sitting there that's enough to fill orders for a year. All right, it's there. I've done the same thing with a lot of other materials and supplies that we experience as well. Those are things that I'm doing as the owner of Gator Pit to ensure that we're going to continue to fill our orders. The problem that we're having with delays is primarily due to customers changing their order. That is the biggest #1 factor in the why customer is waiting for a pit, is because either they changed the order or a customer that ordered before them has now decided come build time, oh, you know what, make that Party Gator a trailer pit now. I want to put it on a mobile. Well, now you just increased my production time 2 weeks, and now I got to fabricate a trailer What was a 3-day build is now turned into at least a 2-week build. Well, guess what that does to all the people that ordered after that customer? They're all set back 2 weeks. Now you combine that with 2 customers, 3 customers, 4, 5, 10 customers making change orders, and now you're getting into months of lead time, right? Added lead time. That's what a change order can do to us. And that's part of being custom, all right? I can stop being custom, and I can be like a lot of the other pit builders and say, you know what you see on our website's what you get. Order it. Can't make changes. If you do, you know what? We're not going to delay the people that ordered after you that haven't made changes. We're going to delay you. And that is kind of where I'm thinking about going, guys. I'm just letting y'all know, if you make a change order, don't be surprised if I tell you, hey, your change order is going to be a week to 2 weeks more in build than what we originally expected. You're going to be the one delayed, not the customers that did make changes that ordered after you, because they are getting pissed off at me. All right, they're thinking we're intentionally delaying them, and we're not. All right, that's not our intent, is to delay anybody's order. Guys, I'm just telling y'all right now. Most of my customers put a 50% deposit down, right? There are some that pay in full, but majority of them, 90+%, only pay a 50% deposit down. That final balance is due when I call you and say, hey, John, we're sending your pit to the shop tomorrow. Let's verify your order. And by the way, you owe me another $2,000 on the final payment, which is due now, because it's going to the shop for build. My motivation to get to that build, your build, my motivation is to get paid, to make money. We are a for-profit organization here, guys. We're not charity. All right, so our motivation to get orders filled is profit-based, okay? So if I can build your pit right now and collect money from you, believe me, I would build your pit right now and call you and say, hey, John, I'm building your pit. You owe me money, and I'll collect it. That's our motivation, guys. All right, so if you're delayed, believe me, it's not because I want to delay your order, because if I didn't have to delay your order, I'd get paid quicker, right? Faster. I'd make more money faster. Keep that in mind. Please, please, please do not get upset with us if your order is delayed, guys. I'm telling you. Right now, this is abnormal times. I'm just going to call it what it is. This is some effed up times we're experiencing right now. For 18 months, since March of 2020, we are experiencing unprecedented BS right now in this country. All right, and abroad, everywhere else, right? We're not the only ones in the U.S. dealing with this crap. I'm just going to call it what it is, man. You can blame whoever you want. You can blame it on COVID. You can blame it on the new president. You can blame it on politicians. You can blame them on whatever you want. All right. The fact is, we are in unprecedented times with dealing with what we are now dealing with for the past 18 months. All right, 19 months. 18 months, whatever it is. Anyway, since March 2020. All right, we're now in July, going in August. So, guys, bear with us, man. I've never not filled an order in my life. Never, in almost 30 years in business, guys. Our reputation speaks for itself. I would rather you be PO'd at me or Gator Pit because it took longer to get your pit than you rushing us to get your pit built faster, sacrificing that quality that we're known for, and then you get it and go, you know what? I waited all this time, paid all this money, and this pit is not the quality I expected. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you push it, I'm gonna put it on you. I'm gonna put it on you. I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna put it on you. I can build them faster, but you're not gonna get the quality, guys. I can build them faster. I can build a pit in a day. All right, we would normally take 3 days to build. I can build it in a day, but I can't build it with the quality that you're gonna expect. So don't get mad at us if your pit order is delayed. I'm telling you right now, guys, don't do it. Pushing us is not gonna help you. It's not gonna help us. It stresses my guys. It stresses me. It stresses my assistant. It doesn't do any good to push and push and push. And I'm not angry, so if I come across as angry, sometimes I come across a little, I don't know, sometimes angry. I don't know. I'm not, guys. I appreciate all my customers. I appreciate the business that we get. All right, we are all appreciative here. We wouldn't have jobs if it wasn't for y'all. All right, we are greatly appreciative of that. All right, but it's custom, guys. It's custom. I waited 8 months to get a duck mounted on a basic wall plaque, right? 8 months. I waited 6 months to get blinds made for my house. I waited for this trailer over here. I waited 6 months to get my concession trailer. All right, you wait for custom things. All right, if it wasn't custom, and if you can get it now, you can go to Walmart, you get a Lowe's, you go to Home Depot. We're not Lowe's, we're not Walmart, we're not Home Depot. Guys, we're building these things by hand, by scratch. I'm fixing to walk you through my shop and show you just what's going on today, just to show y'all that we're not sitting on our butts with our thumb up it, not filling orders. We're working our butts off. I've hired 2 more welders. Yes, I lost a welder to COVID, but I've hired 2 more welders. One replaced that welder that we unfortunately lost, God rest in peace, and I've hired an additional welder. I'm going to get these trained, and in about 2-3 months, I'm going to hire a 3rd welder. That is our plan. I have invested a lot of money in new welding equipment, CNC plasma tables, if y'all keeping up with me. I am investing back into the company with new employees and new equipment so that we can get our orders out, hopefully quicker to our customers, or at least keep the lead time somewhere around what we suggested or expected. But again, there's things that we do not control, and that is you as the customer calling me and saying, hey Rich, you know what, I know I ordered a party Gator, but I want to make it a trailer, or I want to upgrade it to a 2448, or I want to make it a Rich's edition. Guys, that takes longer to build, and that change right there, that one change that I just mentioned, can delay everybody else 2 weeks. That is no BS. It can put everybody else back 2 weeks. And I'm saying it because I want people to think. I'm not saying don't call and make changes, but I want those that are ordering to think, hey, you know what? If I make a change, Rich is going to tell me he's going to delay my order. You're about 100% correct. Now, if it's an ash rake or a fire poker or something simple, that's not going to delay your order. All right? But you go making those big old model changes and going from backyards to trailers and upgrading sizes and all that, I'm probably going to tell you, you know what, John? You're going to set yourself back about a month or 2 months. I'm just going to start telling customers that. All right? I'm just going to tell y'all that right now. I'm being honest up front where we're at right now. We cannot keep delaying other people's orders that haven't made a change. Somebody that ordered a standard party Gator has yet to make any changes, never made changes, get delayed 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 2 months, because 3 or 4 people that ordered before them just now decided, here's what I really want. All right, it's not fair to that guy or those few customers that did make the changes. So we're going to build them first, and then we're going to come back to you and build yours with the changes that you made. And that's where we're going, guys. We're also going to start minimizing the customizations that people can add. We're going to start streamlining features. All right, so again, all this is to get our lead time under control, make the fabrication in the shop easier, so when I hire these new employees, these new welders that I'm adding, it's easier for them to jump into actually building Gator pits, because the extreme customizations are delaying us. It's holding customers back that aren't making changes, and because of that, we in-house will start making some changes. And I want y'all to know what's going on. I want to keep my customers informed of where we're at and what's happening. And I want to try to explain to everybody as to, don't get mad at us because your pit's delayed, because part of the reason it's delayed may be because of you, the changes you've made. All right? Think about that, because a lot of people that, and I'm going to say it, guys, a lot of people that get angry or upset with us or want to give us a hard time on what's taking so long to get their pit are the very ones that are making all those drastic change orders. All right? Look in the mirror, guys. Look in the mirror. If you're calling me saying, what's taking so long to build my pit? I'm going to pull your file and I'm going to say, well, you made 8 changes since you ordered it. I'm going to call you on it. I'm going to call you on it. Just saying, be prepared. All right? Not only that, but in that order policy, our order policy is on our website. It states in there that if you make a change order, your orders may be delayed, or it may actually say will be delayed. We're not hiding anything from anybody. I'm just actually publicly saying it in a video now, what is actually already and has been on my website for years. It also states that we may charge you a change order fee for the administrative costs that we incur in speaking with you over the phone, making changes and revisions to the invoices and our drawings, and reprinting all that stuff out, deleting or voiding the old files and inserting the new files. Guys, all that time is money. My time is money, my assistant's time is money, and making changes. If your order's in the shop, you can't even make a change, guys. So if your order's being built, don't even call or email me to add anything to it. I'm gonna tell you flat out, we're not doing it. You are already in the shop floor, you're already being built. So when I call you and tell you, hey, let's finalize your order, I'm sending it to the shop, that is the time right there to make any changes you want to make. And again, if you say, hey, I want to go from this Party Gator backyard to a trailer, I'm probably going to tell you right then and there, you're going to be delayed a month. I've got to, guys. I've got to get this production back under control. I need to get my production streamlined for my new guys to be able to build these Gator pits. And yes, I have turned down work. I turn down jobs almost every day. Just be honest with you, I turn jobs down every day. I have people that want me to build some crazy stuff because they know who we are, they know we can do it, and I'm turning those jobs down. And why am I turning them down? Because I don't want to delay my customers that have pits on order right now. I don't want to delay y'all any further. So again, any delays, not because of me. I'm doing everything I can within my control, within our control, to try to keep everybody on that suggested original lead time. But there's things that I don't control. I don't control COVID effects. I don't control government, Harris County judge shutdowns. I don't control the supply chain. I don't control shipping. I don't control trailer manufacturing. I don't control any of that. What I do control is what's behind me right here. I control all that. I don't control all that's out here. All right? Bear with us. Be patient with us. Again, I've never not delivered an order. Never not delivered an order. 30 years in business, guys. I don't have the reputation I got on social media. Look me up, guys. I've got hundreds of reviews all over social media. All right? I'm a no BS kind of guy. I'm very direct, as you can probably tell in this video. And again, I'm not angry. I'm just trying to get a point across because we are a custom shop. I'm not Walmart, man. You're not pulling a pit off a shelf. It's not going to arrive at your house in a box. All right? It's not going to happen. It's not Gator Pit. And people, other builders, you know what their standard of quality is? Their standard of quality is Gator Pit. Go look at them. How many times you see videos? Our pits are every bit as good as Gator Pit. I hear that all the time. You don't hear a Gator Pit going, Gator Pit's every bit as good as John Doe down the road. John Doe over in such and such state. You'll never hear me say that. I don't compare my pits to anybody, and I'm being arrogant and cocky. I don't compare them to anybody, guys. I've been doing this longer than most people, most builders. Most of those other builders out there came in long years after me. All right, there's some old guys out there, and I can mention them, but there's some old guys out there like me, long in the tooth. But most of these other guys have only been at it 10, 15 years tops. I've been at it almost 30 years. All right. Most of what they do, they've learned from watching my videos, and they try to emulate or copy or knock off my gators. That's a fact, man. I send about 6 cease and desist letters out a year, all across the country, on people copying my stuff. All right, that's a fact. Bear with us. Be patient with us. Don't get mad at us. It's a barbecue. When it comes down to it, guys, it's a barbecue pit. All right, when it comes down to it, it is a barbecue pit. It is a bad barbecue pit. All right, Gator pits are pits that you probably can't get anywhere else because none of the other builders are going to build them like we do. That's a fact too. I've had customers shop all the builders in Houston. There's a bunch of us here, and if they want a Gator pit with the features and the quality of a Gator pit, they'll shop those other 4 or 5 guys, and they will come back to Gator Pit and place their order because none of those other pit builders out there will build a Gator pit. That's a fact too, guys. They won't do it. They don't want to spend the time putting that fit and finish. They want to spend that money on that quality. They don't want to take that extra step in labor to get those doors nice and tight. All right? They cut corners. You get what you pay for. In a lot of cases, we're not the most expensive guy on the block either, by the way. There's a lot of pit builders out there that charge as much, if not more, than we do. I've in fact had customers, once they got their pit, tell me I need to raise my prices. Leads me to another thing. We are raising prices. Material cost is stupid. It's just stupid right now. What I was paying for 1/2-inch plate is 4 times the cost of plate now. All this has increased within the past 6 months, by the way. Blame that on whatever you want. COVID, Biden administration, whatever. I'm not pointing fingers. I'm just telling you the last 6-7 months, steel prices have tripled to quadrupled in price compared to what it was back in January, February. I can prove that on paper too. You can Google that as well. They're not expected to possibly level out until September. All right, that's the reports I'm getting from suppliers. Trailer parts have doubled to tripled as well. all right? And they're hard to get. Why? Because of shipping. All right, a lot of trailer parts are made overseas. Dexter is USA made, but Dexter was shut down for a lot of months because of COVID. They're behind in manufacturing. What's coming out of their shop hasn't caught up nationwide and or worldwide to meet the demand right now. All right, so it's tough to get those trailer parts. Again, I saw it coming, and that's why I stockpiled trailer parts. That's why I've stockpiled pipe. All the other steel materials I can get every day, all day long. There's not a shortage in that. It just cost out the butt to get it. All right, I'm gonna walk you through the shop. Let me flip this camera around. I'll walk you through the shop just to show you what's happening today in the Gator pit, to show you that we are not sitting on our butts with a thumbs up it. We are actually building pits. I think my welders have gone to lunch or shutting down for lunch, so hopefully it'll be a little quiet in the shop and you can see what's happening as far as what they're building. All right, guys, so there you go. A little explanation of what it's like when you order a Gator pit from us and kind of the process you can expect. Explanations as to why your orders can be delayed from the original suggested lead time, which is pretty much all factors that are out of our control that we cannot predict, and that is hurricanes, delayed weather. We get rain for a week, it backs up paint backs up the shop, etc. COVID situations, unfortunately, government shutdowns, supply issues. Man, there's all kinds of things that we don't control. I control, like I mentioned earlier, what's in this shop. I don't control what's out there. All right, I can't control other companies, I can't control the government, but I can control what's in here. And you know, we've got new equipment, CNC plasma tables, welding machines. We got a lot of good stuff in here, man. That new welders, actual welders, employees that we've added to our shop. We're doing everything that we can, that I can control, to keep our production going and try to stay on track with the lead times that we give you. But you know, you change your order, don't expect to have that same lead time, especially if you make a huge change. And I gave examples of that. You know, adding an ash rake fire poker, maybe even a gas assist or something like that's one thing. But if you go from a small pit to a big pit, or from a pit to a trailer rig, or adding a golf cart kit to any pit, guys, I'm gonna tell you right now, you're gonna delay your order. That's expected. You can't go adding a week, 2-3 weeks of build time to my production because you made a change order and expect to be in that same lead time that you were originally told. And I'm not going to delay the customer's order before you that ordered a pit, never made a change, and pushing them back because you made the change. I'm not directing that. Well, I am actually directing towards those who make change orders, but I'm not saying that in a mean way or angry way, guys. It's just common sense. You can't go making change orders to your custom, what is already a custom order that you're waiting 6 months, 8 months, 12 months for, or however long it is, and go throw in there a wrench in a sprocket and say, hey, am I still gonna have my same lead time? I know I just, you know, added 2 weeks or a month to my order, but you're gonna keep me in my same lead time, aren't you? Rich is gonna say, no, not gonna happen. You're gonna be delayed that month, you're gonna be delayed that 2 weeks or that week or whatever it is. All right, that's just common sense, guys. So don't be mad at us if you make a change to your order and you're delayed. Everybody else that hasn't made changes, I'm gonna do everything I can. We are gonna do everything we can to keep you on that same lead time as of starting right now today, because I am serious about these changes I'm making in this company. All right, I wanna get that lead time down. I'm as frustrated as some of my customers are with that lead time and waiting for their cookers. I get it. I get frustrated when I order something custom and I wait for it, but I can tell you one thing, I don't call the owner or the company, and I don't get mad at them because it's taking longer than what they originally told me. And that goes whether it be taxidermists, custom guns, custom blinds for my house, my plasma table, my concession trailer out there. All those things were told to be within, my concession trailer was 4 weeks, 6 weeks. Wound up being 4 to 6 months. All right? Never called Cowboy Trailers and chewed them out over there. Never gave them a hard time. I did contact them or shoot an email or call them and say, hey, what's the status, where we at? And they say, well, we're set back another month or whatever it is. Okay, just checking in. I promise you, I never gave those guys a hard time. Never gave the taxidermist a hard time. Never gave my gun guy a hard time. All right, I got a gun now, pistol I'm waiting on. I'm 6 months on it. Waiting 6 months. Was never expecting to wait 6 months for it. I'm told it might be ready this Thursday. I hope it is. I'm gonna take it out and go play with it on this weekend. All right, but I never gave my gun guy a hard time because what I thought was gonna be weeks turned into months, literally months. All right, it's custom, guys, and I'm gonna get what I want. That's what I'm paying for. I'm gonna get what I want. And if I have to wait for it, I'm gonna wait for it because it's what I want. I can't get that quality. I can't get that anywhere else. All right, same thing with these Gator pits. You can't get a Gator pit anywhere else. I don't care how many pit manufacturers out there telling you I can make a pit just like Gator Pit. All right, I can build them just like Gator Pit. I'm telling you right now, they don't. They cut corners, they don't. They're not gonna build my designs. I know that for a fact. There was a customer came to my shop, that little side door I put on the stack, what we call a stack side door, he went to one of the well-known pit builders about 15 miles from my shop and said, hey, I want this size pit. Gator Pit has this side door on the stacking. Would you put that on there? You know what he was told by that company? When you decide which one of my pit designs you want, come back and see me. If that's what you want, go buy it from Gator Pit. And guess what that guy did? He came back and bought it from Gator Pit. And that's how I found that story out. He told me that. That guy actually told him, if that's what you want, go buy it from Gator Pit, because we don't do it. All right, and they're a custom builder. But I see why he does what he does. Why? Because he's trying to keep that lead time under control, trying to keep his shop under control. And if you want to change something that's not standard on their pit models, it throws their production timeline off. All right, and then they have to account to those customers that get mad at them as to what's taking so long to get their pit. Because customers are wanting things that they don't typically normally do, or they threw a wrench in a sprocket at the last minute and changed their order up on them. And I get what that pit builder did, what he did. I'm not knocking him, guys. His lead time is probably more under control than mine is right now, because he does that. But guess what? We're gonna start doing that. We're gonna start doing what everybody else out there does. And I hate to say that, but we're still gonna offer Gator Pit quality and custom features that you will not get anywhere else. We're still offering that, okay? I'm Rich Robin. I've been ranting now. I don't want to keep ranting. I don't want to sound like I'm beating anybody up or any of my customers up, because I'm not, guys. I'm just trying to give an explanation as to what it takes to get your Gator Pit, man. Just be patient with us, bear with us, be understanding. Understand what we're going through as a small business. Guys, my wife and I own this. That's it. My wife and I, we started this company 27 plus years ago with nothing, and we built it up to where it is today as a world recognized designer and fabricator of custom cookers. We've been on all the major TV networks, TV shows, King of the Grill. I've been all newspapers and magazines all over the world, guys. And you don't get that by screwing customers out of their pit orders or money, right? You don't get to where we're at by doing that to people. And I have never done that to anybody. So if anybody's got a pit on order and you're waiting longer than you think, and you think Gator Pit's out there just taking your money and we're not fulfilling orders, I'm telling you right now, you're wrong. You're wrong, 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 wrong. All right? Go on social media and look me up. You should have done all that research before you ordered from me, then you know where you're at. And I encourage everybody to go on the internet and do search. Search Rich Robin. Search Gator Pit Custom Barbecue Pits. Search Gator Pit of Texas. Look at all the reviews of us, man. They're all over the place. Instagram, social media, LinkedIn, Pinterest. I'm everywhere. Facebook. I got like 7 or 8 pages on Facebook. I don't hide anything from anybody. All right? I am what I am. And I hope you want a Gator Pit, and I hope that your patient can wait for them. It's well worth it. I don't have anybody complaining about the quality of their Gator Pit when they get them. I do have people upset about how long it took them to get their Gator Pit. And I'd rather you upset about the length it took to get it than to be upset about the quality that you expected when it arrived at your door, or when you showed up at a shop and went through an orientation on it. That's my priority, is to get you that quality, not to get it to you fast. I'm telling you right now, quality is my priority. Quality is my shop's priority, my welder's priority, not how fast we can get it to you. I'm never going to brag about how fast you get a Gator Pit. Never. I'm never going to sit there and say, hey, you order a Gator Pit now, I'll have it out to you next week. If I did that, guess what? I don't have anybody on order. That's a red flag, man. If you call a welding shop or a pit builder and they say, hey, I can have your pit, I can start it tomorrow and I can have it for you next week, you might want to go somewhere else. All right? Because they're not building crap. They don't have anybody buying their stuff, man. All right? Think about that for a second. That's a red flag. All right? We have 100 plus, I think around 150 custom orders right now, guys. Don't build them overnight. My smallest pit takes 3 days to build, plus paint. There's a day of prep and 3 days of cure. You're a week start to finish, 7 days, just on my smallest Gator Pit stock 2032, man. That's a week. I started today, it's this time next week before it's ready. Now imagine all the other big customs we got. Guys, it takes time, man. And I ain't rushing none of that. I am not rushing anything to get an order out to somebody faster because they're mad at me or upset because they're delayed a month or even 2 months. I'm just gonna say it. There's some customers waiting a lot longer than they expected. And they're patient. They're patient. And again, the ones that get upset with us are the ones that make change orders, or the ones that buy the least expensive cookers and expect us to have them out to them overnight. Well, it's only a stock 2032. Can't you build that in a day? No, 7 days. 7 days. But I have 100, 150 orders ahead of you before I can even touch your pit. Think about it, guys. I'm ranting now. Rich Robin, see ya. Got the Meat Slinger 24 being built right now. Another Meat Slinger 24. The first one I showed you, and this one, they will have the offset firebox. Offset firebox mounts here. Pellet hopper mounts there. Smokestack center with a big 6x6 stack. Right? Again, Gator Pit is the first. We're leading in the industry with our new designs. Give it about 3-6 months and you'll have other companies that are going to be knocking this one off like they all do. I'm not making that shit. I'm not making that up, guys. They're going to be people making a vertical hopper offset. It's going to happen. I've been making these now for several months. Just for the record, I've been making them for several months. I designed this actually in 2015. Just started building them months ago, right? We got them on order now. There's the firebox for it. Here's a 2440 Party Gator with some customizations. Another pellet hopper. Mount here, pellet grill. This is our Texas Edition 2, or Texas Premier 2. Stainless steel table is going to overlay on top of that. And here we got a, looks like a backyard classic with some customizations to it. Over there, we got food trays that are being made. That's where the food trays get made. Over here, we got one of my new welders building trays, and he's making a door for one of those meat slingers right now. This is one of my new welding stations, or new welders right here.